My name's April Norman, and I'm the handler of Archer, the diabetic alert dog.
Well, here enters Archer, the diabetic alert dog. Archer and I came back from the park, and I forgot to take the GoPro off, so I accidentally caught an actual alert on camera from his point of view. So my forgetfulness became a good thing, because it is difficult to get a live alert on camera.
Tell me what you can do. You want to alert? Oh, yes! Do it again. Yeah! The question I get most often is, what is Archer actually smelling? So I dug into it. So here is what I found. To begin, we gotta know how dogs smell. Have you ever wondered how Archer sees the world? I definitely have. Well, see is an understatement, because I guess the way they see, it's kind of bland. It's not very interesting, but what he smells, that is a totally different story. How he views the world begins at his wonderfully developed nose. As Archer catches the first hint of a scent in his nose, the moist, spongy outside helps capture any scents that come his way. The ability to smell separately with each nostril helps determine the direction of the smell. I guess you could say he smells like we hear stereo. Archer knows exactly what's out there and where. The air enters the nose. A small fold of tissue divides it into two separate folds, one for breathing and one for smelling. In the smelling fold, the scent enters a space filled with highly specialized olfactory receptor cells. Well, those cells take the scent and send it to the brain. Well, how does that compare to humans? Well, a dog has over 300 million olfactory cells, when a human only has 5 million. In addition to that, unlike our clumsy way of breathing in and out the same exact passageway, Archer exhales through slits on the sides of his nose, and that also creates swirls of air that helps draw in even more odor molecules. Those molecules also build up over time, so multiple sniffs means more information. All of Archer's wonderful nasal architecture wouldn't be helpful without something to process the loads of information that his nose scoops up. And funny enough, it turns out that the olfactory system that's in his brain is dedicated to processing smells, and it takes up many more times relative brain area compared to humans. This allows dogs to distinguish and remember a different variety of specific scents at concentrations of up to 4 million times less than what our noses can detect. If you can smell a small spritz of perfume in a small room, a dog can smell it in an enclosed stadium. He can also distinguish each of the ingredients as well. He can smell everything. Birds, cars, trees, bugs, leaves. Each item has a specific odor profile, telling it what it is, where it is, and what direction it's going. Besides being much more powerful than ours, Archer's nose can smell things that can't be seen at all by us. He has a whole separate olfactory system called the vomeronasal organ above the roof of his mouth that detects the hormones of different animals, including humans. This allows Archer to identify potential mates or distinguish between friendly or hostile animals. It lets Archer know the different emotional states of people that are around him. It can even tell him when someone is pregnant or sick. Olfaction is more primal than other senses because it passes the thalamus to connect directly to the brain structures involving emotion and instinct. We could even say that Archer's perception is more immediate and visceral than ours. But the most amazing thing about our dog's nose is that it can traverse time. I imagine the past appears in tracks left by passers-by. He can smell the residue of where you've been and what you have done recently. This is also why Archer prefers fire hydrants. Trees and fire hydrants are aromatic bulletin boards carrying messages of who's been by, what they have been eating, and how they're feeling. For Archer, the future is in the breeze, alerting him to something or someone approaching long before I can see him. Where we humans see or hear something at a single moment, a dog smells an entire story from start to finish in one breath. That's why man's best friend can respond to people with kindness for people who are in distress or aggression to people who are threats. So Archer smells hormones. So think about it. With proper training, they can even alert us to possible threats, varying from bombs to cancer, and like Archer, to changes in blood glucose levels. As it turns out, humanity's best friend is not one who experiences the same things we do, but one whose incredible nose reveals a whole other world beyond what humans can see.
So what is Archer smelling? A whole bunch of different things.
As it turns out, humans' best friend doesn't see the world like we do. Their world is so different. They smell like we see color.
This allows Archer to smell all the hormones that my body puts off when my blood sugars are high or low.
That's how Archer saves my life every day.